Hey, I'm Michael Dean Smith, News Director here at WDNG. Want to give you a heads up about tonight's Anniston City Council meeting. Their public meeting will be held tonight at 5:30 at Anniston City Hall, and we will be live streaming that as well. I'll give you more information about that here in a moment. Got a copy of the agenda right here, which if you look at the bottom of this video, you will see a link to the city's website to where you too can check out the agenda. Lots of things going on. A couple of the votes are going to be noticeable tonight anyways. One of the votes is a vote to approve a $10,000 demolition of the old Van Thomas Motel up on McClellan Boulevard. If you think back in recent weeks, the Anniston Star had reported that the motel had to be shut down by the state's fire marshal after a couple of violations. That motel has since been closed, and it now looks like that the City Council will be voting on a resolution to declare that reported condition to be a public nuisance. I've got a copy of the resolution in front of me as well. Now, looking at this, interesting things. That reads that VTM Properties LLC, the owner of that property, has executed a nuisance abatement agreement stipulating that such a public nuisance exists on the property and that the exclusive remedy to abate the nuisance is to demolish the building and the structures. Going down a little bit further in this resolution, it says that VTM Properties LLC and the city have stipulated and agreed that the cost of the city for its work in the demolition of the property shall be fixed in the amount of $10,000 and also to be secured by a personal promise to pay that amount in lieu of an assessment against the property. So it looks like the vote tonight will be to go ahead and okay that $10,000 for the demolition of the Van Thomas Motel, and then the property owners will be paying the city back. Another vote coming up tonight with the City Council is a vote to approve a nearly $134,000 bid by J.F. Morgan General Contractors for some construction work at the Michael Tucker Park in Lenlock. Michael Tucker Park is currently the end of the Chief Ladiga Trail. City leaders have said in the past that they want to see that trail extended all the way through Anniston, and it looks like with some of the work going on at Michael Tucker Park in Lenlock that city leaders are moving forward with that plan. They'll also be voting tonight on an ordinance to establish a safe distance for motorists to pass bicycles. Now, city leaders actually, I think, got tipped off on this after a very similar legislation was pre-filed with the state Senate earlier this year that would actually define that safe distance across Alabama to be 3 feet. The language in the ordinance that the council is going to be voting on tonight, very similar to that, and just another, they're wanting to jump on this, get out of kind of ahead of the pack, because of the big push by city leaders for Anniston to become Bike City, Alabama and Bike City, USA. The council tonight will also be recognizing the Sacred Heart boys basketball team. If you think back last week, then in overtime, Sacred Heart Cardinals managing to get the win and secure that 1A state championship in basketball. They'll be getting recognized by the council tonight as well. Lots of other stuff going to be going on at tonight's Anniston City Council meeting. We will be live streaming it. If you want to follow along, the meeting starts at 5:30. Follow us on Twitter at ModelCityAM. Just a couple of minutes before the meeting starts, you'll see a link to the live stream there. It'll also be recorded, so if you don't get a chance to watch it live, you can still review what your elected leaders here in the Model City are up to. So make sure you follow along tonight on Twitter at ModelCityAM. Watch the live stream via Ustream, and then make sure you tune into WDNG Daybreak tomorrow at 7 o'clock right here on WDNG, or Model City AM from 9 until 11, where we'll be talking about tonight's City Council meeting. We'll also be taking your phone calls as well. From the WDNG Newsroom, I'm Michael Dean Smith. I'll talk to you tonight and again in the morning.